This is Kerry Steller from In the Girls Corner.
Hi, I'm John, the Manimal Beneducci of the Manimal Zone.
And we are here interviewing Fatima Kline. Do you pronounce it Archangel?
Yeah, the Archangel. Throw that a little bit.
Who had a fantastic performance at Invicta FC 47. I always miss the number.
Yeah.
You really did fantastic. It was another submission win for you. How do you feel? How was that whole experience, having like a lot of your friends on the card and not just, one or two people,
Yeah, it was great. I mean, definitely having like the support system that I did there, definitely put another level to comfort, I'm still, I guess you would say, pretty new to MMA. It was only my second professional fight. And it can get intimidating in there, and especially in the MMA world, making sure you have a good support system. And, thank God I do. And I'm so grateful for them. And then also just being able to fight on the card with Jillian and Jennifer, it was just like we were all like talking throughout the week, and it's just like you encourage each other, like you're stronger together. And that's just how we were feeling throughout the whole week. And it was a great fight week. And yeah, we had our heads so straight on and so focused, and we were just like having fun too, getting time to know each other more outside of the training room. And yeah, it was they're friends I'll have for forever.
Speaking of support system, we actually took the plane to Kansas City with your parents.
Yeah.
Your parents, are they like lifelong athletes? Because your mom is jacked.
She's in fantastic shape.
I was looking at her on the plane.
Yeah.
Your parents, she would take a plane. I was like, check out this one. I was like, this girl's jacked.
Yeah.
In her, I don't never tell a woman's age, but
she's in fantastic shape.
She's in fantastic shape. I was like, look at this girl. I was like, she's jacked. And then wound up being your mom. I was like, oh, this makes sense.
I had a feeling too.
I
had a bizarre feeling that they were your parents, just because you do look like your mom. So I just had a gut feeling.
I was gonna say, people normally know my mom from screaming at me like while I'm fighting. So that's another way. They're like, oh, she's jacked and she's very intense. I'm like, yep, that's my mom.
Are your parents athletes? Were they both athletes also?
Yeah. My mom growing up, she played above sports. Then in her later years, she actually ended up getting into CrossFit, and now she's a certified coach. So she'll train me throughout my fight camps. And my dad used to be an amateur boxer. And he was the one who encouraged me to box. My mom encouraged me to do jujitsu, and then I put it together, and now, it's we're like a crazy fight family.
That's incredible, because usually you hear like, I've heard fighters say that their parents aren't exactly supportive, or, how it's going, because it's hard to watch your kid get in a fight. But then when you see, the whole family that actually trains together, it's just a whole different dynamic, which I love. I think that's fantastic.
It must be nice.
For sure.
Talk to me. I once had to get 7 stitches, and my mom wouldn't even talk to me on the phone until my stitches came out.
No way.
He was like, but my mom's
I think if I got stitches, or if I got hurt fighting, my mom would be like, nope, we're done. And then she would see me like kick butt, and she'd be right back into it again. So
it's true, because they're parents after all.
My mom was like, but John, when you were a baby, I made sure you didn't even stub your toe. Now you go fuck yourself up. I was like, thanks, Mom. But no, you look fantastic in that fight. And you said, you won. Really, you look, I hate to say well-rounded, because you're good at everything you do. You're not exactly like good at everything. You're like exceptional everywhere. Like, you look great on the ground.
Thank you.
Very good.
Oh yeah, your stand-up looks great.
I mean, I'm a grappler by trade myself, so I appreciate the ground game. So it was great transitions there. Do you have a preference, or are you just?
Yeah, I'm it's funny, because I know like grappling is like my home. I've been doing it longer, 5 years longer. So it's definitely where I'm most comfortable, and I think that's where I have the most advantage. Just because a lot of girls in MMA right now, they're really good strikers, but I'm slowly getting my striking there. I'm working on that big time. I want my striking, my wrestling right where my ground game is. I'm glad in that fight, especially that I got to show a little bit of my striking, not too much, so I got a little hidden secrets going on, but just enough where I could get my feet wet and start, blending everything together. MMA is MMA for a reason. It's, all the martial arts combined, and I really try to take advantage of that and really use my striking into my wrestling, into my jiu-jitsu, and vice versa. So,
well, it's working out very, very well. And clearly,
thank you.
You have a lot of fantastic, I mean, your dad, again, you said he boxed, and then training with Jennifer, she's an Olympic boxer. Mike Wacker is one of the best jiu-jitsu coaches. You have such a great team around you all the time. Your sister does jiu-jitsu as well.
You really got the whole family in
that.
Yeah. It's so funny because I was using my sister doesn't do that much striking. Again, she's like a grappler like me, but I needed her a little bit during my fight camp, just like drilling. And it was so funny because without even meaning to, I cracked her really hard by accident. And she just looked at me and she was like, whenever you do that, it makes me want to do MMA. I'm like, stop. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, all right, let me just do it again.
I love it.
Was that for something that she did as a kid to you?
We both started jiu-jitsu at the same time. We both started, I was 10. I think she was like 11, maybe 12. I continued with it. She stopped, but she recently got into it 2 years ago, and she's been on a undefeated streak until this weekend, going against a brown belt when she's still only a blue belt. And it's like, it looks like my resume right onto hers. You know what I mean? Like I see her as just like the bigger version of me, and it's pretty crazy because as much as we're similar, we do a little bit of things differently, but our headspace is the same when we go into it. And yeah, she's the best drilling partner, the best sister, and really my best friend. So
that's awesome. And how many years apart are you guys?
So we are 2 years, just about 18 months apart. So
twins.
yeah, basically. So yeah, we're close, and it puts a new relationship when you hit each other, and you grapple each other, and you're in a serious mindset. And it's good because even training with like Jillian and Jennifer, like we were sparring hard getting ready for our fights, but like, again, like we're controlled. We know, like, at the end of the day, like the real fight is out in, Kansas. And it just puts a different level of trust, into relationships. And there's no better feeling than being able to trust your training partners. You can get a lot of things done, and you can grow so much from that. Seriously, you can grow however long you want to be. So yeah,
really important to have great training partners, not just the support system. I hear it's Lindsay had gotten a concussion during training from one of the newer girls or something down there in Arizona. It's like, that's kind of shitty because it's like she was out for a year, and if you don't know with or can't fully trust that person, and that happens, that's your career.
There's a lot of things.
Absolutely.
When I train with someone, especially like with the fighters, let's say they try to explode out of something and they would hurt themselves, I let go. I'm instead of I'm like, oh, this guy's doing the wrong thing. I'm not trying to break his ankle. I'll give way. So having a good training partner, it's like, wait, let me not do this thing because my ego is so involved. Let my training partner do the move. Let them get to the fight. Like you said, the real fight is the day of, right? The day of the contest.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've seen people waste their best sparring in the gym, and it's
too much sparring before.
And your best session you'll do in the gym. Yeah. And then you wasted that.
Yeah.
I don't like when people film too much of it either.
Film too much of it.
Yeah, no filming.
No
camera access over here.
I like
film little clips. You know what I mean?
I like to watch what I'm doing.
Yeah.
For you, but putting it on social media can sometimes
I don't like
be.
That either,
I feel like that could be.
I look bad.
Not the best thing in the world.
I don't like to make any of my training partners look bad. So if I videotape something, if I ever put it up, it has to be neutral.
Okay.
Right, like I jab you jab me.
That makes a lot of sense. Well, you're both happy.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to look like you're trying to look so much better, but
like, I'm kicking this guy's ass. And it's like, well, that's a small part of training. There's probably a part where he was
right.
that you didn't put up.
Now,
yeah, there's two sides to the story.
How did you ladies start training together?
So I started training with Jen a little bit while ago. I think I started training with Jen first at MK Muay Thai.
Choppy.
Yeah,
match that I didn't even know of a grappling match I was supposed to have with Jillian. And we met up at Long Island MMA, and we were getting some training in with Keelan Chakadian and Sarge Eubanks. And yeah, she was like, we were supposed to fight. I was like, really? I was like, yeah, I was like, forget it. I was like, let's just be here, let's train. And we trained, and it became like a weekly basis. And then yeah, we started training in New Jersey with everybody, and we realized all three of us had the same fights on the same card, and we were like, let's keep it together, let's stick together with this, because being here now, we're gonna be out there then. And yeah, we got in a lot of good training. They were able to help me a lot. I was able to help them a lot. Just because we all have different, styles. Jen's a boxer. Jillian's very well rounded. She's good everywhere. I want to get more into striking, and yeah, Jillian was helping me out with the experience she has. Obviously, she's been in there for a while, and Jen was helping me out with the boxing portion. And so, yeah, we were really just helping each other out. Being in there, it was like watching us spar. It was like we're going at it, and then we're like hanging out afterwards. Like, can't wait for the weight cut, and we're all like, so. Yeah, we had fun together. We complained together, and then we wound up fighting all together. So,
now, what gym in Jersey is that you guys meet up at and spar?
So it's called MK Muay Thai, under Augie Matias. So yeah, he's very gifted as far as coaching.
I train at Longo's. I see.
Yeah.
Down there and spars a lot. Do you go down to Law also?
So I've been to Law once. I haven't been there recently, obviously, because I've been taking a little time off. But yeah, we went down to Long Island MMA. Farmingdale, is it in Farmingdale? I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were going down there for a while. So hopefully we'll be back. We'll get the gang back together.
That'll be pretty
nice.
Cool.
That's exciting.
Now, you guys all fight at different weight classes, correct?
Jillian fights at 105. I fight at 115, and Jennifer also fights at 115.
Yeah.
So you're all close.
Right. I think
a lot of 105ers go up. Jillian had a tough weight cut.
Yeah.
How's your weight cut to 115? Is it hard or?
So my most recent weight cut, it was like a piece of cake. I don't want to jinx it for next time, obviously, but thank God, like this one was a piece of cake. My nutritionist with Fuel for Life really got it down to like a science. And it was like, I was like almost shocked, you know what I mean? Like you expect it to be bad, and you're prepared for like the worst case scenario, but it was so easy. And yeah, Jen made it through easier, and we shared a room together throughout Kansas, and we both like collapsed and just like fell asleep like for hours before we ended up weighing in. And so yeah, it honestly, like the whole fight week between media day and weigh-in day and even fight day, it was really, thank God it was a breeze. So
Kerry noticed she didn't say Jillian was laughing with them.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I felt
every
so
time
bad. I was like,
she looked so like, I'm gonna get this done.
Yeah, me and Jen were like, do you need any like emotional like support? Like we'll sit there with you, and like want a hug, we can give you a hug, like I can't give you water or food or what you actually need, but maybe we can crack some jokes here and there. So
yeah, give good energy.
Give good energy.
And that's cool that you guys were here to be able to do that together. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. It was awesome for sure. Definitely, hopefully it happens again, but nothing will be better than that.
I really hope they do something like that again, where they
Yeah.
a bunch of New Yorkers or, from certain areas, get a bunch of girls that like predominantly do. It's made it way more fun.
Yeah.
Because then you can share cornermen too.
Yeah,
So you can
you
bring
could
like
do a
your
lot.
team.
Yeah. We
You
did
know,
actually
like 1 or 2 corners. If you have like 3
Yeah.
people fighting, now you can bring 6 people from your team. Right, everyone could bring different people from the team, and then you have a nice crew.
Yeah.
It was funny because that's exactly what we did. My coach Augie and Jennifer's coach Augie was going out, and he was cornering Jen, and Mike was in my corner. And then we were like, "You want to share coaches?" So Mike was then coaching Jen, and Augie was coaching me. So we both really had, like 2 guys in our corner, which was, it's the more the merrier. It was a very like comfortable time, especially when you have, your striking coach there, your jiu-jitsu coach there, you're covered in all aspects. So
I thought Invicta was a little weird about only letting like 1 cornerman or 2 cornermen for the title. Usually you get 3.
Yeah.
Most shows, but I mean, it was a little weird, but I do like the Invicta show. I really would love to see that show be bigger.
Oh yeah, I would love to see them go more than just the Midwest, because their next card is in Denver. It would be nice to see them come over to the East Coast.
Oh man, imagine.
I've been literally like, anybody that fights for Invicta, I'm like, drop the East Coast and Shannon's ear, drop the East Coast and Shannon's ear, drop the like anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sure iPlay would be cheap to rent.
iPlay would be super cheap.
Oh yeah.
That might be the perfect venue for them over in this area.
Yeah.
It's a smaller
Westchester County Center is pretty big.
I think they might slightly be afraid of us. That's why they're like, "Oh, I don't want to go down there."
Intimidating.
Maybe, plus the athletic Kansas, but
I don't know about that.
I don't know. Jersey has this shit together.
Yeah,
I would love to see him do it.
Jersey has a good athletic commission.
I really love the all women's card personally.
Oh, me too.
So I think it's great to highlight the female fighters.
Yeah.
The only place really is the UFC that you can see all the variety. So having a show for the girls to feed into is nice.
Oh yeah.
Because guys have a million shows that are feeders.
Yeah.
A million. Yeah, and the girl fights are great.
Oh, they're so much fun. Good. Every fight is exciting. They're emotional. It's just
skills.
I love watching
most girls fight.
They really do
have decent skills
a lot
because they have to train against bigger guys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So girl fighters to be.
Speaking of right now, Medusa's putting on, I believe, another card in October. All women's, combat. Sometimes combat, sometimes just EBI. But even their shows, I've been on, twice, 2 of them so far, and always like a show. The girls are bringing it seriously. In both games, in EBI and combat. Yeah. I did do combat. That was crazy.
I would like to do that actually. It looks pretty.
It was fun. Yeah, you definitely do it.
Back in the day, we used to do some MMA fights. Would be slap boxing on the feet, so it'd be all open hands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Snap!
I'm talking about like 1999.
Yeah.
That's a long time ago.
That's the old days.
Long time
ago.
ago.
We would sometimes just slap box.
That's crazy.
So this would be fun for me.
That would be fun. Yeah. They have what else do they have? They have Medusa. And then they have, which is Eddie Bravo's in, doesn't he have the one down in?
He does combat jiu-jitsu.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I thought it had a different name down in Mexico.
I thought Medusa was his combat jiu-jitsu, right? He calls it Medusa, right? Is this Medusa.
Yes. The combat jiu-jitsu for women's is called Medusa. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Alicia competed for them.
We got that girl.
Alicia was down there.
Competed on that too. Yeah.
I trained with that girl.
It's cool.
Milano,
it's really cool.
The EBI portion of that one. So
yeah. Even like
she doesn't
they're in the UFC fighters and the MMA fighters with the grapplers, and it puts a new taste to it, and a new intimidation, because a lot of grapplers when they see them, they're like, You know what I mean? Especially, so many unique sir, EBI or combat jujitsu and seeing how they rock, and it's always turns out to be a show. So
it's cool too. Did you do the one that was in Cancun?
Yeah, I did both of them. The first time I did it, it was 115-pound EBI, and then the second time was 135-pound combat jujitsu. So I like hiked up 2 weight classes. So
I think that's the one Alicia was on, because I think she told me that you did that.
What do you walk around at?
Yeah, I walk around at 130, just about. I tried to gain a little bit more for 135. I didn't want to be too undersized. But I definitely was. These girls were more like 150 walking in, and I was like, well, it's too late to back out. So I guess I'm just gonna put it all out there and see where this lands me.
She walked in at 133 and she had already ate like 2 pancakes for breakfast.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That was definitely
yeah. Because you don't want to go on the scale and be underweight, because then everyone's like, oh, you're small. You want to just be at the number.
It's true.
Exactly.
Now, Fatima, what do you have coming up? I believe we talked about you having a jiu-jitsu match. Is it a super fight or what's going on?
Yeah, so I have a super fight July 23rd, actually finally in New York, under Rise Invitational at the Westbury Theater.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I've never competed for them before. So I'm excited to get a new experience and a new stage out there. And then I guess I can announce it. I was competing at Medusa 3 again for combat jiu-jitsu in October. Hopefully I'm not like spilling the secrets, but yeah, I'll be in that. So I'm super excited for that as well.
Is that breaking news?
Yeah, it definitely is.
You
guys got the first
corner. You got the scoop.
You got the scoop. I fucking love it.
The top secret info.
I'm gonna actually buy a ticket to Rise, because I really enjoyed being able to watch Men of War and not particularly work it. I bought my stuff in case I wanted to do anything, but it was like my first, I never did a jujitsu card. So I just kind of like really took it all in. And Eugene was like, you can do whatever you want. He's like, if you want to come and, he's like, write an article, he's like, whatever.
Yeah.
So I want to talk to him about doing the podcast there next time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And Rise, I'm going to buy it.
That'd be awesome.
I really just want to enjoy it and be able to talk to people.
Yeah.
Hang out with my friends and not be told, well, you can't take a picture with this person and you're not allowed to do that. No, I'm gonna get
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice to just sit back and watch sometimes.
Sometimes it is. Being a spectator.
Yeah.
And I get to talk to people more where, when you're working, they have a list of shit I'm not allowed to do on the press pass. Like, oh, you can't go up to fighters, you can't do this. I'm like, well, that's great because they're all my friends. Thanks. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
It's like that for me too. Sometimes I like to just be a fan.
Fatima, we lost you, babe. Oh, there you are.
Well, I think
am I back?
Yes, you're back.
And we're back.
Oh, awesome. Sorry.
So yeah, we got a couple minutes left. What do you want to get out there that we have not talked about?
Oh man, I guess I would just like to, give a huge shout out to all my coaches, because really, they're out there with me, obviously Mike Wacker, from Black Belt Jiu-Jitsu, Augie Matias from MK Muay Thai, and David Cordoba from Cordoba Train Wrestling. And then just all my sponsors, especially my nutritionist, Marshall Zukeefley, he helps me out with all of my weights, when I have to be 135 and when I have to be 115. And then, I want to thank God for always giving me the opportunity to do what I love, and my family for, putting this into me in the first place. They're the ones who got me involved and for sticking with me through it. So,
I had a question actually. You like to thank God. Are you religious, spiritual?
Very.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Originally, okay, just
Hand
because.
God, right?
Well, Fatima is the most common female name in Islam because Fatima is the sister of Muhammad. But I know you're not Muslim.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, no,
You're not Muslim, right? You're a Christian?
Yeah, I'm Christian, so.
Only because the name at first, and I was like, no, wait, then I was.
Well, but that's a beautiful name.
Fatima is a beautiful name. No, it's the most. It's,
yeah. Actually, I get that like a lot. You know, people are like, oh, it's from like Islam, and then I get people that say like, oh, it's a little bit Brazilian, and I'm like, well, what actually is it? You know what I mean? I've never actually looked into it. So
it's a beautiful name, but Fatima, the reason it's the most popular name in Islam is because the Prophet Muhammad's sister's name is Fatima.
Okay.
So Fatima, Fatima.
Fatma, that's
it's the same name, just depending which region you're in. So that would be why people would think you're Muslim. Yeah. So so I don't know if you want to talk about, thanking God. Thank God more if you want to.
We're all about that. I get yelled at for my spirituality, but it's so funny. If I put up a post about like anything, especially spirituality, that's like I'll lose a follower or two. I'm like, you guys are crazy.
Yeah.
Listen, you have to believe in something.
I know, even if it's a door handle. Shit.
Yeah.
Some people believe in some weird shit, but hey, that's far be it for me. Fatima, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us this morning. 2, anytime you're going to train out on Long Island, I'm going to send you my phone number. Hit us up. I'd love to train. And have a wonderful day with your beautiful blue ass.
That's why your dad told us we should move upstate.
Yes.
Your dad was like,
come on up.
You got to move upstate. He's like, for what you get for your money out there in Long Island would be freaking $1 million in real estate.
Your parents are.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, Fatima?
Yes.
Fatima_Kline on Instagram, Facebook, and I just recently got a Twitter. So Fatima_Kline. Well, is it Fatima Kline 7? Something with a 7 at the end of it. But you'll find me somewhere on there. Yeah, give me a follow because I really don't know how to work Twitter, and I've just been going with the flow of it. So I'd love to have some support. So
I'll follow you on there. I have 2 accounts and I don't know how to get people on there either. I have like no followers.
Awesome.
Like I literally have 2.25 following and my reach is like ridiculous, but it is what it is. Twitter's a weird universe.
Yeah.
Amazing seeing you fight. I was really happy to be able to see you fight live.
Yeah.
Love your skill set. Can't wait.
Thank you.
Again, I'll see you at Rice though.
Yep. We'll
be thank you guys for having me.
Please, anytime. And again, let us know if you're training out on Long Island soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Talk to you soon, Fatima.
All right. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.